Who's your biggest regret in life? I never got to say goodbye to my best friend. I knew it was the start of an exciting week, but it went in a completely different direction than expected. My boyfriend came to visit me as I was defending my thesis on Monday and finishing university. I was extremely excited. My whole family and friends were coming too. Everything went perfect. I prepared well, defended my thesis better than I expected, and then celebrated over lunch with everyone. My mom brought food and baked cookies for a party I held that evening. Bunch of friends were there. We went out and had lots of fun. The next day my mom called around 2 p.m., as usual. She asked how everything went and what I was doing. I told her I was cooking and asked her how she was and what she has been doing. My mother just came back from a funeral. Who died? I asked. The answer struck me and tears started coming down my face like a freaking waterfall. I couldn't talk for hours. It was my friend's funeral. He died last Friday and I knew nothing about it. I knew Dee since we were kids. We were in the same class in elementary school. We went to the same high school and hung out. When I had chickenpox in 3rd grade, he brought me homework, and 2 weeks later I was doing the same for him. He was my prom date. I even taught him how to dance. We had practiced for weeks prior to prom. He was one of the best people I've ever known. Smart, funny, knew how to listen. Just to point out what kind of guy he was, I'll tell you that he got drunk at the prom and my dad picked us up so that he doesn't have to drive drunk. The next day he bought flowers, came over to my place and apologized to my parents for getting drunk. How many guys like that exist? Dee had a lymphoma, a very rare kind, but he got better and even went back to the university. He went into remission only a few weeks before he died, and the illness progressed very fast from that point. Nobody wanted to tell me. My parents kept that a secret because they thought it would distract me from graduating. Also, they wanted me to feel the joy of finishing a big chapter in my life. 2 days after I found out, I came back to my hometown and went straight to see him. His mother was just sitting there, a single mom who lost her only child. I couldn't even imagine the pain she was going through. I had no words to tell her. So we just sat there for hours and cried. I made her go home to eat something and promised her I wouldn't leave until she's back. She would just sit there, every day, the whole day. And how the hell was I supposed to explain why I couldn't attend his funeral? Dee was only 24. Just too young. So, my one regret is I never had a chance to say goodbye, even at his funeral. Half of me resents my parents for their decision and the other half understands their actions. But what's done, is done. I'm sure we'll meet again, someday, sometime.